fun. You know, for instance, this video right here I have queued up. This, I've talked about this a couple times before, but this is the Monster Brain, and because this was something really cool. And I remember when I was little, I was little. My brother and I had this. We what it was is like it's basically like a cheat code cartridge for like it worked for Pokemon Gold and it worked for Pokemon Silver, and you could create multiple save files. It was how we figured out how we could do like we could get all three Johto starters, and you could also be like, oh, you know what? But the crazy thing about the Monster Brain is that you could literally have any Pokemon that you wanted, like any from the like at least like I said, it only work like I said, it only worked for Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver. So you know you had to you get it how you live it. I think it worked for Pokemon Crystal also, if I remember correct. I don't remember fully, but what it does was you could get any Pokemon, any item. You could have your Pokedex filled up. You could have, you could have all the badges. You could finish the game just the minute you start. As soon as you have an entire team of Pokemon, it's insane. Uh, it's the wildest thing. It's unreal. But I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna shut up, and we're gonna check this out because this is just a cool thing.
Back to a Game Boy video. Yes, you can see my hands from the weird natural lighting I'm using because today we are talking about the Monster Brain for Game Boy Color and Game Boy Pocket. Very specific. I haven't opened this. I don't know what this looks like outside of the box. I got this in a trade with a local game store recently for some stuff, and I figured I just had to do a video. It's for Pokemon Gold and Silver, not sure about Crystal. There's another one I saw that works with Red and Blue and presumably yellow versions. It's by Pelican. I don't know if it works with only English versions or Japanese versions as well. We'll be trying that out. And
It worked with the English version. I'm pretty sure. I know that it only worked with the. I mean, it didn't only work with the English version. I'm sure it did. Maybe even the Japanese version, but I can guarantee you it worked for the English version.
I'll also be trying it. The Game Boy Light, yes, which only came out in Japan. This was a Game Boy with a light. Only plays original Game Boy games or backwards compatible color games. The light on mine is iffy. I'm probably going to open it up and clean it at some point off camera. If you have any advice on making sure the light on your Game Boy Light consistently works, let me know. So yeah, we're looking at the Monster Brain. This is something I thought I decided to do a video on after I got this in a recent video, which is a Game Shark for Game Boy Color and Game Boy Pocket. Along with this, I'm also going to bring in the big boy, the OG boy, and even try like a non-Pokemon game. Before we get into our main Game Boy course today,
I mean, that was literally the only game that myself and my brothers would always play. It was always Pokemon. Like, yeah.
I'd like to mention our sponsor for this video. This video today is brought to you in part by PCBWay.com. If you've watched the channel for a while, you know them, you love them, and they're back again here for today. Take advantage of services from 3D printing to CNCing to, of course, PCB design and printing services. From small orders to massive batches of PCBs, they have you covered. This includes a variety of PCB designs from the ever-growing PCBWay community. I love showing off these custom Game Boy cartridge boards I got a while back, especially with this Pokemon Crystal design on it. Very nice, really reminiscent of the Japanese Crystal design, and something that I think is really cool because, you know, we're talking about Pokemon today. This is just one of many, many community source projects you can find and print for yourself from PCBWay's community. There's really a little something for everyone there. So check out PCBWay.com using the link in the description below and let them power up your next maker project today. So with that, let's get back to your regularly scheduled Game Boy weirdness. So to start, let's actually open this up and show what games I have on hand. First off, we have the OG Game Boy, the brick, and we have a fairly complete collection of the Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon games. Let's see, we have a Japanese Yoshi's Cookie, Red, Blue, and Yellow Japan, and then green version, of course, I don't know where my
Pokemon Silver. Aw, yeah. You know, I mean, I played Red, I played Yellow, I played Pokemon Red, played Pokemon Yellow, I played Pokemon Gold, and I played Pokemon Fire Red, and I had given thought to doing Pokemon Heart Gold on here on the stream, but the thing is, Pokemon is an RPG. For all intents and purposes, it's an RPG, and it's going to require you grinding, so it's like, I don't want to, like, bore folks with doing that. But there's a part of me that would have to, like, if I was to do it, I would be a part of me that would have to skip ahead a little bit here and there. But it is what it is.
my Japanese silver is, but here is my American gold, silver, and crystal versions. Yeah, that's odd. And then over here we also have yellow version, the American one. So to start, I'm going to just narrow this down to a couple games. We're going to, of course, use GSC, yellow, and American Gold, along with Donkey Kong 94 here. Let's put Gen 1 Japan back. So let's open up the Monster Brain. Now you might know Pelican, the company behind this, for being a peripheral maker. Has millions of cheats and features, no codes required. Called a fantastic product by Antagonist.com, such a weird name, and something Pokemon freaks should be all over from Game Week. If we look in the back at, the one thing is that it pretty much shows it's a pretty regular thing, get items and money and stuff in Pokemon. Basically a Game Shark, but specifically for Pokemon, including 100 new Pokemon. I do want to specify this thing isn't magically adding, 100 new Pokemon or Fakemon or later gen Pokemon to your Gen 2 games. It
only worked for the first 2 gens of Pokemon.
It's talking about how Pokemon Gen 2, including Celebi, which you can get by this, that's cool. But Pokemon Gen 2 added 100 Pokemon on top of those in Gen 1. So I'd like to go into a little bit about Pelican. What I find really fascinating, besides the fact that this is a third-party peripheral company a la Mad Catz that was really at its heyday from the mid N64 PS1 era, all through the GameCube, Xbox PS2 era, into even the Wii 360 PS3 era, especially the Wii. But they're actually a subsidiary of PDP, Performance Designed Products, except apparently they changed their name a few years back to just be PDP. One of those brandings where a company's called by the acronym for so long that they just drop what the acronym originally stood for and just go with the acronym itself. PDP is still around. They've removed most references to Pelican from their website. They did actually have a game system, the Max. It's really weird. It was released about 15 years back and as a Famiclone, those bootleg Nintendo systems.
I've actually played that before. My goodness. That just unlocked a memory, wild emulator games.
Authorized by Nintendo, obviously, that have NES games. Often they have a changed title screen or run at the wrong speed. So that was actually done by Pelican and is dubiously legal, but very little besides that. Even if you go to PDP's site now and look at their About Us page, you'll see some very well formatted and edited pictures and some corporate jargon, but nothing about company history or anything. That's just fascinating to me. It's almost like they're wanting to hide it. Might be worth a deep dive its own someday. Warning, remember to edit experience points to a high number. Experience points determine the level, attack, speed, defense, and special values after completing a battle. 999,999 experience points will give you a level 100 Pokemon after a battle. Visit www.pelicanbrainboy.com for more facts.
Yeah, you got out of focus, but okay.
Wow, wasn't that fascinating? So yeah, let's finally open this up.
Let's go.
The Monster Brain. What do we get? It's like a treasure trove of the night. Oh, that's funky looking. And then, is there a manual or something in here? I see lots of cardboard. Is there anything in the cardboard? No, it just kind of is meant to hold it there. Oh, a lot of empty space in here. So let's just put this in the background. So here's the device as well. The Brain Boy. I thought it was called the Monster Brain. Pelican, you're giving me mixed signals here. We also have a manual presented in glorious black and white. I mean, it's glossy, it's fine. It's a step up from, like, toilet paper. Yeah, how does this work? I guess you put... Here, let's start with... Let's start with silver, because, you know, reppin' Lugia. I guess you put the cartridge in like that, or do you put it in face down? I wish there was a picture. Like, I wish it told me what way. So I'm assuming it goes in like this, and then like that. There's a button on here, a colorizer button to switch your color palettes. So let's start off by trying this with the Game Boy Light. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm bringing the good stuff. I'm bringing some Duracells. Yummy. So tell me, did you ever play around with a Game Shark or Game Boy? I actually had two to play around with when I was a kid. I had the Game...
Now, we did have the Game Shark, but that was for the Dreamcast, and I can remember because like my cousin used it for like House of the Dead 2 and Dead or Alive and all the other games that he had on his Dreamcast. But I know, remember we used to have the Game Genie, but that was from the NES, and then the Game Shark, and then of course like the Monster Brain. That's basically all the ones we had.
Game Boy Advance Game Shark, which let me get all sorts of events and stuff in Gen 3. And I also had various versions of the Action Replay DS, which, very neat. So before we go on, just to show that silver version itself works no problem, let's put this in here. And let's try it out. Hey, the light's working.
Oh.
This is so much easier to do than a regular GBC, but let's instead insert, take it out, and let's try this again. You know what? I'll be back in a sec with some isopropyl alcohol.
3 hours later.
Nah, he doesn't like he did it like I do.
So here we go. Here's our cartridge. Let's clean it.
Yep.
It lives.
Sweet. Oh, that takes me back. That absolutely takes me back. I mean, again, like I said, I only played gold. I got to play gold back in the day. Play red. Play yellow. Yeah.
I don't think the save battery works. I got my save battery in my crystal version fixed by East Starland years back. Are they still around? But I can't say the same for gold and silver. But you know what? Let's try this with the Monster Brain.
Right,
before we do, I want to see, does it fit in the brick? Oh, that's interesting. So it does fit in the brick. So we're going to try silver with the light, and then the brick with gold. I try out the colorizer with my GBC, but I can't find it.
Come on, baby.
This is the Monster Brain with Pokemon Silver. Editor, memory, color.
Yep. Yeah, you could. Like, on an emulator, I don't know if that's possible to do like all three of the Kanto Johto starter, all the Johto starters. But I don't know if you could do that. I'm pretty sure there's like mods and stuff on the internet, but but with the Monster Brain, it made it possible that you could get all three of the Johto starters, and you could switch out. It was just like really good. The Monster Brain was just really good.
Polarizer in... What does that say? Blast off. Okay, does that let me play as Team Rocket? Let's start with the editor.
The game was destroyed.
Okay, so I need to save. Will it boot up without a cartridge? That's what I want to know. So here's the Brain Boy, the Monster Brain.
Brain Boy.
Again, and
boom.
I really love the blue light on the Game Boy light. Yes, it's 10 a.m. of course. Hi, Professor Oak.
Excuse me.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. You can call me Pokemon Prof. Sorry this video is turning more into a look at the Game Boy Light than a look at the Monster Brain, but you know what? Sometimes that's just how it is, you know?
Yeah. There it is.
Save battery might be dead, but let's try her out. Put the game back in. And now let's try this again.
Okay, let's go.
The game data has been destroyed. Oh, I pressed the colorize button, now it says to turn off game. Let's see if gold version works any better. Is there a save on my gold, or is that one also dead? Damn. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to test something out. I'm going to test the Brain Boy here with Crystal, yes, on a Game Boy Light, and see if that works. And if not, then I'll try that with yellow, and also with my Japanese gold.
Fingers crossed. Do you have it? Do you have it?
Could not find gold or silver game versions. Interesting. Well, let's see if it...
Man, like, it really did. What? Like, that's crazy. It really did work with gold and silver. I remember it very, very well.
It works with Japanese gold. I'm so curious about this. Like, will we be able to get this to work at all? If not, we for sure have...
Oh, come on.
No, wow. It doesn't...
I'm getting frustrated now.
Recognize the Japanese game. That's fascinating. And then, one more time, let's just try it with yellow. Oh. And again, compare that to, say, if we play gold version. The game data has destroyed. Replay game and save your position. Press A to return.
Okay.
Interesting. So you can actually back up and restore your game data.
Yes,
that's really interesting. That's really cool. So that alone makes this useful, because this means that, you know, you could either say, screw around with something like this that could maybe corrupt your game data with a little more comfort, or, you know, you could potentially, you know, back up a game data with a team you really like, delete your save and start over, and then reload it at a later point. But yeah, let's start the game. But I wonder if this is how you can do stuff like back it up to something like this and maybe connect it to like a PC or something. Is there a way to do that? I don't see any connector. Oh, I jostled it and it reset. I don't like that. That's a little unstable. There's just one last thing I want to see. Let's take these double Ahs and let's see if at the very least the Monster Brain will boot on an original Game Boy, if only because it does specifically say for GBC and Game Boy Pocket.
Okay, let's see.
I know we won't be able to do much, and it won't look super pretty, but let's at least try it. So let's put this here. Let's grab silver, Lugia Hype. Actually, as a... And let's put that here. And
Alright, let's go. Let's see.
huh.
That
That's
sucks.
really interesting.
Wait.
So if we put this in, for some reason you physically, like, do you see this? You physically cannot.
Maybe get like one of the Q-tips and push it, and yeah, maybe get like a Q-tip, push it, and then you can stick the game in, and then use the Q-tip to push it.
Not turn it on.
Or like get a penny or something like that.
And, you know, just to show that that's a problem with the Monster Brain and not with any of my Game Boys. I mean, yeah, look at that. Anyways, let's grab the Game Boy Pocket / Color Game Shark, and let's make sure I have a save on my copy of Pokemon Yellow.
Okay.
This one, I believe I also had the battery replaced on some years back. This is the actual copy of Yellow I've owned since I was probably about 13, 14. I think I got it at a GameStop for a couple bucks because they were just clearing out Game Boy. No save file. It finally went. Oh no. I think we can do wild stuff here.
Come on.
Without the need for a save. So, if you look at the back, you'll notice it has initials TP. What's the TP for? It's just not booting up. It's interesting because if you try it on the OG model, it also physically doesn't work. Like, wait, I think I figured out the problem is. Look at this.
Oh.
One of the pins has just been yanked out. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, it's broke. You know what? I think actually maybe it's time I give up on the Game Boy. I did.
Man.
I do have this. My personal Neo Geo Pocket Color started having some issues with the screen, so while I decide to figure out how to fix that or send that off to someone, I got one of these before I left Victoria, BC, when I moved, and this is a Neo Geo Pocket Color. So here, let me show this off. It has Sonic Pocket Adventure in there. Pokemon failed us, let's turn to Sonic, I guess.
This is another Nintendo, as they say. But that sucks that he didn't get to do the Monster Brain, because, like, really, the Monster Brain is a very good little, it was just a very cool little doohickey that can let you do pretty much anything you want in Pokemon. Because I remember I used it to get all my personal favorite Pokemon, stuff like that. It's just wild, man. It's crazy.
I can't believe both of the Game Boy accessories I brought for today didn't work. This is tragic. Where's the volume control? There it is. What I like about this is it has this really nice clicky stick. I'm actually doing a video on Mega Man arcade games that should be out soon, and yeah. Oh. Finally, something working as it's supposed to. I'm just waiting for something to break. If we can beat not even the zone, just this level, I'll be happy for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this. Are there any accessories you'd like to see me attempt to cover in the future? This was a weird one-off vid, but I'm really glad I did it. I'm glad I finally got to try the Monster Brain. I mean, we got to boot up even if we didn't get to show off any Pokemon events. You can see some footage of the Celebi event right now. The original, fun fact, in the original Japanese Crystal, you actually got that by using a mobile adapter, which let you connect a mobile phone to your Game Boy Color. Now that's cool. I would love to get one of those someday, even if they're practically useless. But yeah, on that Sonic-y note, thank you very much for watching. Stay classy.
San Diego.
And I'll see you next time. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
I mean, he tried. He really did. But I just really wish he got a chance to like get the thing off. That's very disappointing. So, but I really wish he got a chance to like do the monster break, because again, it's a cool little doodad, and yeah.